Pounders, we are live doing what we do best, and that's putting $10 into the big board. We're back at it. Free agency has been off to a hot start, to say the very least. The biggest news from today, we'll get into how it affects each team and player involved. Jacoby Myers off to Vegas. Boost up Jimmy. Runner Renfro to the ground. Obviously, I mean, I've been saying it the whole time. If you want a floor play, Russell Gage at 225 is basically going to be the same as Hunter Renfro at like 150. So we've been hard fading Hunter Renfro this whole time. Jacoby Myers is going to just about crush his value. Boost to Tyquan Thornton for the Patriots. We have, I think he's our most or second most drafted wide receiver. So huge W there. The Giants get Darren Waller. I love this for the Giants. There obviously wasn't a whole lot to pick from for free agency for wide receivers. So bringing in Darren Waller, if he can stay healthy, will provide a nice boost to Danny Dimes and Bellinger. I'm sorry. We weren't high on him to start. We were stacking him a little bit with Daniel Jones. So we have around 10%. But we should be able to get that under 7% by the end of these drafts. We have 51, 52 left, so should end up with 6-7% Bellinger. It's not too bad. Plus, if Waller does get hurt, high probability. So who knows there. Jeff Wilson, 2-year deal with the Dolphins. Raheem Mostert, 2-year deal with the Dolphins. So don't expect them to bring in a free agent running back. Now, they might still target someone in the draft, and it would be an awful landing spot for one of these rookies just because you're going to be behind these two guys. Michael Thomas signs a 1-year deal in New Orleans. So let's pull up the exposures here and see how we're doing. About 97 big boards in. 97 big boards in. We have Tyquan Thornton. We've been expecting the Myers to move on from the Pats this whole time. So I think you have to move him down. And where would we put him? I think I was talking about, honestly, I think he belongs around like the 140s. He's going way, way too late. Let's see. They also, Pats got rid of Jonnu Smith the other day as well. Not that that's a huge deal, but going behind MVS, going behind Adam Thielen, Curtis Samuel, I think goes too late here. DJ Chark, obviously moving him ahead of Hunter Renfro. You got to think he's got to go in this range around 150 at least. So nice little boosty tay there for Tyquan Thornton. Hope everyone's been scooping that value. Daniel Jones, gotta say, I'm pretty happy about this. I think he's been a pretty good value anyways, where he's at. He's my clear number one owned QB. After that, it's pretty equal so far. So we'll see. I don't think I have any Daniel Jones Waller stacks, at least not that I can remember. So let's get it cooking. We're going to do a countdown, and remember there's like a 5-second delay. I've been out shoveling and clearing the driveway all day. We had trees down, a little nor'easter in Mass. So we got about like 22, 24 inches. So cheers. We have a little sippy tay while we draft. Countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're jumping in. Waiting on 2. Snooze, you lose. Snooze, you lose. Let's make this a little bigger here. We get Streamer Lux. We get 2 spot here. Leo, welcome. Drafted next to Leo here. Very cool. Very cool. Who else is in? Randstan, Hamlin Motorsports, Elims. Who else? If I didn't call your name and you are in the live stream, let me know what your underdog name is. EJ, there's no disrespect. I just do not have time for games, my man. I got a pregnant wife who's 2 weeks away from popping. We got snowstorms over here, and I'm trying to put content out for the people. I don't have time for games, my friend. Too old for games, especially online, slapping keyboards. I don't need that. I don't need that. So we're going to grab one of these two guys. Leo, who are you going to leave us with, my friend? Jamar Chase. Perfecto. Perfecto. And we're off to the races. We're off to the races. I strongly believe Justin Fields should be. And look at that. He's going to be today. Wow. He's going to surpass Joe Burrow. I mean, we've been drafting this way the whole time. Unless we had a Joe Burrow stack, I am guilty of doing a T. Higgins chase Joe Burrow early into the tournament at like the 26, 27 spot. And it just never felt right. I've only done that 2 or 3 times. And I think those are the only shares we have of Burrow is that double. ER7 says, missed it. It's all right. You'll catch the next one, my friend. It is the first kid. Baby boy on the way. 3-sport athlete. We got redraft. We got dynasty. And we got best ball. But nah, he has no choice. He's going to play hockey. Another one for the ones that missed. You want me to double table? Maybe we'll do that another time. We'll jump into. Thing is, we're running out. We got 50 left or 51 left. So we're trying to get as many on the live stream as possible. Coming to shovel your driveway so you can play games. Let's go. I'm already looking up how to create a hockey rink for the backyard. You gotta put the important things first. Bruins, let's go. So much fun. We see CeeDee Lamb go at 9 here. Bijan at 10. 4-digit IQ. This name's familiar. Do you think this is his full name? And do you think he's a doctor or do you think he's a dentist doctor? What's the consensus on Dr. Martin? You got Devontae Adams falling a little bit. I honestly don't think it's that bad for Adams having Jimmy G. Like Jimmy G versus Derek Carr. Like, is it really that much of a downgrade? I sort of doubt it. Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to be surpassed by Garrett Wilson soon. Wild. Absolutely wild. Nah, I actually don't pay attention to March Madness basketball. I really don't. I'll watch, but I don't do brackets. I'm clueless when it comes to college basketball. I'm clueless. Artie says I'm going to end up with a ton of Devontae if he falls like this. Yeah, if he falls to 13, sure. 12, 13. We've been drafting A.J. Brown over him this whole time, so we did end up with, we have 17 or 16% A.J. Brown. It just seemed like the obvious thing to do when you have, the situation. Obviously, Devontae Adams, it was unclear. And now they bring in Myers, so maybe it is a little more of a downgrade than we are thinking. But we'll see. Jimmy G can support Devontae Adams. Derek Carr was mid-tier QB2 or back-end QB2 last year, so it's not like he was great. Jimmy G is the number 1 game manager. It's what he's known for. Get this up. Artie says taking Devontae over CD and AJ Brown. Wow, so you're going to end up with a ton of Devontae Adams. I can't do that. I can't do it. I like AJ Brown, especially this year. Olave goes. DK Metcalf goes. Interesting. So we're at the 2-3 turn here. I don't really feel like reaching on Debo. Oh, I didn't expect you to double tap those guys. Interesting. We were going to just take one or the other, whoever fell. Let's do something a little different here. Let's do something a little different. A little double anchor running back start. Ohio Outdoors, welcome to the live stream. We have to see. We got to see when the wife needs me. It's when the pregnant wife calls, I shall leave. So it's like, yeah, a lot of whip marks back here. So guys, please, a lot of whip marks. Derrick Henry goes at 27. I just have too much Henry. I have too much Henry. I feel like every draft, his ADP is finally starting to fall. Every draft he's falling. Jason Van, yeah. Highest paid game manager. What was that contract? What was that Jimmy G contract? It was too much money. It is too much money. You had also the Panthers brought in who for QB? Like Darnold for 2 years. So you gotta think that they're going CJ Stroud, Carolina. Especially, I don't know if anyone saw that interview with the QB coach in Underdog, but he was breaking down CJ Stroud's tape and literally foaming at the mouth. So if you're a betting man and you bet on that sort of thing, I'd go CJ Stroud. See Burrow 34 ADP. It's finally starting to take a hit. Like when he was going around this range, it was so bad. It was so bad. We're gonna need some receivers to fall to us. 47.50. Perfect range. Perfect range. We'll see what we get. Who do you think would be the starting QB for the 49ers? I think it's going to start with Trey Lance. And if he blows it, I mean, Purdy eventually will be healthy. But I don't know how much Trey Lance is going to be able to run, especially at the beginning of the season with that ankle injury. So we'll see. 2 surgeries on the ankle might prohibit him from running. Yeah, it was Sam Darnold. So they bring him in as just like a cheap deal, and you can expect the rookie to take over maybe by the start of the season. That's what I would expect. DJ Moore off the board at 39. Oh, yeah. What a gross. Another thing. Lazard going to the Jets. I mean, it all but confirms Rodgers is going to be a Jet. It all but confirms it. And you have to think that's going to hurt Elijah Moore if he stays. You gotta believe they're trying to shop him. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe they just want to build the roster up for wide receivers. Purdy went to high school. Very cool. Very cool. Went to Perry High School with Purdy. Very neatly. Very neat. Did he lose any games? Let's see what Chief wants to do. We do want to bring in Jerry here. That's the goal. The goal is to bring in Jerry. We see Joe Burrow go at 45. So if he fell to us, we would have taken him in the spot. He doesn't. If we do want to go Lamar, we're not going to go him now because Leo already has 2 QBs. We're not expecting him to go a third. Wouldn't be the best idea for him. JSN goes. Brings in Kittle. I'm indifferent. I think I've been going Terry here a lot more than I've been going Kirk. Let's continue that trend. We lost to Chandler High School for the championship. Gross. Gross. It's all right. He still made it. The Purdy story was awesome. Honestly, that injury ruined the game. Ruined the game. And you hate to see it. Like, as a Patriots fan, like, I was fully rooting for Purdy. You got to root for the underdog. If you have no skin in the game, root for the underdog. That's the way I am. Christian Kirk was at 52. Yeah, so Joe Burrow falls to the T. Higgins squad at 45. That's where we will select him. 45, 47. I've seen him fall to 51, 50, but same difference here. 3-4 picks. Oh my God. Of course not. I don't live under a rock. Sorry, I clicked this. I mean, I have to go Ronaldo just because my buddy at work is so into soccer and he likes Messier, says he's the best player ever. So I just take the opposite take just to be a dick. We'll continue the trend. You have to be consistent. You have to be consistent. That's what it's all about. Guys, if you haven't already, drop a like on the live stream. Hit subscribe if you like best ball content and you want to jump into some of these live drafts with us. Also comes with our free draft guide with player write-ups through 11 rounds. If you don't already have that, hit us up on Twitter at fantasy.com. We'll send it over to you. All I need is an email, and I'm not going to send you friggin' spam. Hey, all right. I picked the right guy. Honestly, I think you're going to see a good amount of Elijah Mitchell this year. I don't think Debo is going to be running as much. So, I mean, high-powered offense. I just think Debo's expensive for where he's going. Like, I'm not going to have a lot of Debo in this tournament with him going at, 31? And I'm not going to completely fade him, right? Because he has the big play potential. He could be an important piece for week 17, but I'm not going to have more than 5%. Definitely won't. Pitts at 65, Goddard at 66. See, is anyone doing anything crazy? Anyone doing anything crazy yet? Looks pretty standard. Leo, you threw me off with this. I thought I was getting one at 26. I guess I should have just picked one and then went with one of these two running backs. Thank you, Benjamin. Appreciate it. Hope you stay to watch, see how the team comes out. Damian Pierce. And if any breaking news happens that's not a defensive player, let me get my phone up here and we got the Twitter machine on. If you guys aren't following Underdog_NFL, they do a great job at releasing the news super fast on all free agent stuff. I'm going to go Brendan Ayuk here. Bring in our fourth receiver. Nice. Highest drafted non-rookie running back, Elijah Mitchell. I love that. We've been spewing that for a while. I think he's still my number 1 RB. Oh, Dotson gets sniped. Damn you, Leo. Damn you, Leo. Dobbins here. Let's cook something up real quick. Let's cook something up. I'm gonna cook something up. Go Deshaun Watson. I don't want to get boxed out at QB. It's pretty easy to get boxed out at QB in the 1-2 spot, as well as 11 and 12. Unless you get Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert. I think those both fell like a decent amount. No, Trevor Lawrence has just been naturally falling. Fell 8 picks. The next tournament, I think, will own a little more Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert, especially with their price coming down. Joe Burrow, same thing. If you religiously, he's going in the 4th round, 5th round. But in this one, we've just been scooping Danny Dimes. What if we have, like 30-something% Daniel Jones? Might be 28. Let's peek. There it is. The best way to get in is to hit the bell for notifications. I also send a tweet out when we're like 15, 30 minutes beforehand when we're going live so everyone can jump in. Ingram goes at 83, 1 pick before the Lawrence squad. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. He can't afford to go tight end anyways. He has 1 wide receiver through 8 rounds. Roof. Uh-oh. Dynasty League. People are messing with my pick. 3 minutes left. Auction. First Dynasty League. Not a big Dynasty guy. Dynasty auction. Best ball format. It's pretty fun. Yeah. Ben says, I believe the elite QBs, or at least the good QBs, should go earlier in BBM4 because 2 less rounds. 100%. 100%. Like, you'll see these QBs, they won't really go in the 3rd round. They'll be in the back of the 2nd here. And then Burrow should still be a 4th rounder, in my opinion. Justin Fields will move up to this range. Because you can make up that advantage in the 20-round drafts that you can't in 18. Like, all the teams have been going, 18th round Jimmy or 17th round Jimmy G this whole time? Like, has a really good floor. Doesn't have the highest ceiling, but when you're going a 3 QB build, he's been pretty nice. I don't think this is the great landing spot for Jacoby Myers. I am gonna be slightly lower on him now. 92 is expensive. Like, when we look at the running backs in this range, there's some talk that Eckler might go to Chicago. I'm not 100% on board with that. We'll see. I think that's a pipe dream for them. See what Hamlin Motorsports wants to do. He's got a 115 build. His first running back is Javante at 76. Report is he's doing well. He's supposed to be ready for the start of the season. We know how those reports go, though. It's so early. It's so early. We're going to bring in David Njoku here to pair with Deshaun Watson. Leo's got Mahomes, Hurts, Pacheco, Brian Robinson, Justin Jefferson, JSN. He adds Dylan. He's got Dawson and Kittle. We're gonna bring in Daniel Jones. His ADP should probably drop to, man. You gotta think he's gotta go ahead of Tua near Dak. It's probably his realistic value right now with the addition of Darren Waller. Plus, if they make any moves in the NFL draft, again, it's just gonna add value. He's our most drafted QB. Why not? Why not just add a little more? Sprinkle some in. James Conner at 101 to Rand Stan. Like that team so far. See what you do at QB. Khalil Herbert off the board at 102. Liking this running back room. I like these wide receivers. Like the tight end. Strong. What else we have? We have Penny. He went to see Philly. Really good landing spot. Really good landing spot. Let's see the exposure to Penny here. Sitting at 11%. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. DPJ off the board at 104. We could have reached up for a DPJ to pair with Deshaun Watson. The only thing is, if they do bring someone else in or if they draft a receiver, it might hurt him a little bit. Cousins at 105, followed by Trey Lance at 106. Does he pair it with anyone? No. You don't need to because he has rushing upside, but again, with that ankle, probably won't be running too much, at least early in the season. Jalen Hyatt at 107. Few picks before ADP, nothing crazy. Tua. This is a bad. This we found the guy who's paying the rake. Every draft needs one, and doctor. Good thing he's a doctor because he can afford it. You may as well just not pick another receiver this draft. 2-5-1-1, just dropping value to these back end teams. Pain, max pain. One receiver. Let's see. Anything's possible here. Anything's in play. Quarterback. Okay. He still went rogue. Brings in Juju. It's actually a good pick. After we find out that he's going back to KC and they're not expected to add any other receivers, 107's a fair value. Fair value for Juju. Thomas signed a 1-year deal or restructured the deal. We'll see if he can stay healthy. I'm not completely fading him, but it's just not. It doesn't seem like an exciting pick, especially like you have Derek Carr. So see if he tries to pair him. Rodgers off the board to Elims. Any correlation here? No correlation with Rodgers. Interesting. I think you got to correlate these pocket passers just to raise your upside because Rodgers isn't going to get there on the ground, right? So if he has that big spike week 17, which is what you're looking for, you want to have the pass catchers to bring him along. There goes Elijah Moore. Now you could still bring in Lazard, still could bring in Conklin, so it's not like you might be thinking that already. Kyler Murray off the board at 117. What do we want to do here? And what does Leo have? Leo's got 2, 3, 3, 1. Chief Darno. Goes with Knox. Interesting. I hate this range. Think I'm just gonna go Mooney. He's fallen 14 picks. I don't think DJ Moore coming in absolutely kills his value. And we're getting 14 picks after ADP. So we'll scoop some value there. I know, Ben. When's the last time you didn't get into one? I feel like you've been 20-0. Cole Kmet followed by Sky Moore. I like both of those picks. Let's go Wandale Robinson. We know he's recovering from the knee injury. But we got the Daniel Jones stackaroo. So I'm liking the wide receiver room. We have this double anchor running back start. I like our quarterbacks. We have Njoku at tight end. Pretty balanced right now. I always want to be heavy at receiver by round 11, 12. $10 at a time. Put it in the bucket. Just think, you get to see how much money you made on it in like 9 months. What a good investment. They're just too fun. Drafting's too fun. Everything's too fun. This tournament's 65% full. I'd love for one of the pounders to take this down. That would be absolutely fire flames. 200K. Elijah Mitchell goes at 128. Super nice. I like that running back room, Elims. I like that running back room. David Montgomery to the Bengals is Daryl Hamlin Jr.'s take. Hey, I think I said that yesterday. I really do. Now, I have to admit, I thought they were going to re-sign P. Ryan, but he ends up in a pretty damn good spot in Denver. Montgomery to the Bengals does work. It does work. They might look to just draft maybe like a Charbonnet. Get young at the position. Also clear some money. Lazard goes at 133. Not to the team that has. I mean, he only has 3 receivers. He's dead. He's dead. 3 receivers through 12 rounds. It's rough. What's Lazard's ADP? 139. Wondering if Elims, were you planning on trying to take Lazard here at 137? J5704, welcome to the live stream, says Jacoby. Yeah, not a good spot for him, really. Devontae Adams there going to take a majority of the target share. Plus, Josh Jacobs is an absolute freak. They're just going to run him to the ground. on the franchise tag. See what Chief does. He's got a super balanced build as well. Goes Hodgins. We weren't interested in a Hodgins, so that's good. We saw that they re-signed Sterling Shepard too. Super ugly. Obviously, we're gonna bring in Alec Pierce. We gotta do it now. I'm gonna do it now. Our most drafted receiver. Google my next pick. Make sure there's no news came out. We're on the clock, right? 20 seconds. All right. Let's do it. Donta Foreman. I mean, we expect CJ Stroud to end up in Carolina. They traded away their first and second round pick. So there goes the potential of them drafting a running back in the first, second round. Imagine if they trade into the one spot to take Bijan. That'd be an absolute shit show. Yeah, I kind of figured. You're hoping he'd fall to you on ADP. It is tough though. It's only 2 picks before ADP. Lazard usually goes at 139. Trying to get him at 137 with Rodgers. Would have been nice. Would have been real nice. I don't blame you for going Elijah Mitchell here though, especially to pair it with Cam Akers and DeAndre Swift. It's a really nice running back room. Devontae wants out. Stop. Jimmy G is going to bring the porn stars with him, so I think they're all going to want to stay in Vegas. Perfect spot for Jimmy G. Perfect spot. 2-5-4-1. What is happening here? 3 QBs when you go Josh Allen. Can't do it. Can't do it. So there's 2 people paying the rake in this draft. You have to love that. The Pounders are eating. The Pounders are eating in this one. Let's go. So 3 out of 10 teams are making it. You just raised your chances, fellas. You just raised your chances. This team has 3 wide receivers through 12 rounds, and this other team has 4 through 13. Let's go. I really wish we were on this back half of the draft, but it's all right. We just reach out. We got our guys. Deshaun Watson, Daniel Jones, David Njoku, Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall, Donta Foreman, Chase, Judy, McLaurin, Ayuk, Mooney, Wanda Robinson, Alec Pierce. Hunter Renfrow has to fall. Like, realistically, where are we putting Hunter Renfrow? Scroll. I just think you pick Gage. Gage every time over Hunter Renfrow at ADP 236. He's free in the 20th round. If you want a floor guy, I think you just pick Gage. Dr. Martin going rogue. Hasn't paired any of his quarterbacks with anyone. Goes Hunter Renfrow. Perfect. That is honestly, that is perfect. The worst pick on the board. P. Ryan off the board. I like that. We called P. Ryan a long time ago. Now, that being said, we were still a little wrong in there where it was like, hey, we think he's going to get re-signed in Cincy, especially with the Mixon news. but he ends up in Denver. That's a good spot. It really is. Javonte Williams, potential of re-injury with the ACL. Just saying. Just saying it's a really good spot. What do we have, 11%? It's not enough. It's not enough. Oh, shit. We have 19%. That is enough. Let's go. Let's go. That's huge. I was gonna say, I feel like I was drafting P. Ryan a lot lately. We don't need a receiver here. What an ugly range this is. Absolutely hideous. Let's go Curtis Samuel here. We're already making a small bet on Terry McLaurin. Let's bet on the new OC. I think this is a team that could draft a tight end. They still have Logan Thomas as their tight end 1. Obviously, he's aging extremely fast. Let's bring in. I don't like Singletary, but shit, we might just have to do it. Let's bring in Jawan Johnson here. I'm comfortable with banging 2 running backs in the next 2 rounds. Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall. Double anchor. Hopefully they carry the way. If Breece Hall gets re-injured, I mean, we're probably not winning anyways with this lineup. Let's see if I got Alec Pierce in Dynasty or if someone outbid me in the last minute. Looks good. We got him. We got him for cheap. We get 15 likes on the video, fellas. Wow. Dropping the plug, Jay. We appreciate you. Drop the plug. Staffy goes at 174. Shit. That's got to be at least 15 picks after. Damn. 27 picks after ADP. 4-digit IQ. Oh, that's perfect, too, with the 2 rookies. That's perfect. And he has Cooper Kupp. Damn. You got to love that. You got to love that. I don't think they have the highest upside, especially CJ Stroud. If he ends up in Carolina, it's gonna be a rebuilding year for Carolina. That being said, I think DJ Chark could find his way to Carolina. Free agent DJ Chark. It's a really good spot for him, and it actually gives CJ Stroud, potentially CJ Stroud, a target downfield other than Terrace Marshall. We're up in 10 picks. We'll go over the Pounders draft at the end here. So we have Leo's in here, Randstand, I believe Hamlin Motorsports. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you're in the chat, say hello. Elims is a Pounder. I think that's it. If I missed anyone, let me know. Tyler Higbee going 18 picks after ADP. Have to love that, especially with the rookie here. I haven't drafted Mayer in a while. We were on him early, and then we slowed down. We still have 14%, but that counts. The little board. We have 13%, 13 drafts of Michael Mayer. He was going late. I think he started in the 200 range when we started drafting him. So it's tough to come down here and reach on him. With the right roster construction, I'll take him. 154. That's the advantage of getting in these drafts early before the ADPs settle in and sort of identifying those value pockets. I wanted Jeff Wilson. That's pain. Wanted Jalen Warren. Two good picks. Would have been good for our roster too. Hopefully we get Kendra Miller. Oh, damn. All three. I think this is just the time that we take a chance on Zach Evans then. Ah, I hate that. Well, man, it's so gross. I think we're going to end up taking both of these guys. Nice job. We got sniped on 1, 2, 3. We weren't taking Chuba. We wanted one of those 4 guys. That's interesting. Ben says sometimes I take Mare as a tight end 2 in a weakish 2 tight end build. So like a middle round tight end, where's your cap off when you're going Michael Mayer's your second tight end? Is it Cole Kmet? Is it Greg Dulcich? Where do you stop? Or do you want like someone like a Kyle Pitts? And then you'll stop with 2. I think we have to go CPAT here just for touches. I mean, offensive coordinators returning. This team runs the ball the second most in the league. I wish I can go Kincaid here, but we can't. Oh, yeah, with Kelsey sometimes, Goddard or Hawk, not Kittle, not Pitts. Don't trust consistency for a weakish. Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm definitely only going 2 tight ends. When I pick Kelsey in the first round, you have to depend on him to exceed his role. Like, he has to blow everyone out of the water for this pick to be worth it. We have 4% Kelsey. Not going to have a ton. Not going to have 0. But the reason why you don't go 3, first off, you have Travis Kelsey and your second tight end is, who cares? Gerald Everett. What is a tight end later, like Hurst, going to do for you? That third tight end ends up being a waste because not only does he have to outscore Kelsey, he also has to outscore Gerald Everett. And if that person does, by how many points are you gaining? You know what I mean? So you don't end up gaining a lot of points at the end of it. Plus, if you need that third tight end at the end, that means Travis Kelsey didn't have a good year. Now, I get it. With 20-round drafts, there are exceptions. And I think there is a benefit to getting to week 17 with more players in the onesie position. But once we get to 18-round drafts, there's 0 exception. If you go in first round Kelsey, it's just you're using too much draft capital in 18-round drafts. So we'll make that adjustment too when we start those, and that'll be after the NFL draft, the tournaments. We'll switch to 18 rounds. They just give you the 20 rounds because there is more unknown. Robert Woods ending up in Houston, I think, is terrible for Robert Woods. It's also not good for like Nico Collins. Rashee Rice off the board at 206. This team's brutal. He's got Trevor Lawrence, Tua, Mac Jones, and Sam Howell. It's looking bad. It's looking bad. Hey, maybe they want to test their luck. Maybe they do like fantasy baseball or fantasy basketball or something. We'll switch over to this football thing. Give this a try. Team's running dead. Josh Reynolds. Wait a sec. Ooh, 32 picks before ADP. Josh Reynolds has been acquired. Look at this. Juwan Jennings, 37 picks before ADP. Tyquan Thornton, 17 picks before ADP. I can get behind this. I can get behind this. And this is what I'm talking about, people making adjustments to the news of Myers. We've been drafting him here this whole time. Let's see what receivers went after Tyquan Thornton in that range. So Tyquan Thornton is better than I mean, it's a better play than Hunter Renfrow, come on. Claypool, no doubt. Kayshon Boutte, no doubt. Adam Thielen, no doubt. Curtis Samuel, I'm on board with it. DJ Shark. So his ADP has to go there. And if it doesn't, we're just gonna keep selecting him, and we'll end up with 40% Tyquan Thornton. I'm fine with it. We have 34% right now through 100 drafts. So we did absolutely smash that one. Darnell Washington off the board at 213. I like this 3. That works really well. Noah Fant. Now, what do we wanna do? We need one more tight end. We need some running back help, to say the least. I'm fine with, like, a Dwayne McBride and then just grabbing one of these 3 tight ends. I'm fine with. See what Leo wants to leave me. Bellinger has to fall. You have to put Bellinger behind Hunter Henry, 100%. Like, you can argue Jake Ferguson should be ahead of Bellinger until we find out the Schultz news as well, because if Schultz returns, the Jake Ferguson news is dead. But Bellinger already has, uh, Warren Waller, excuse me, in front of him. So I'm typically going Hunter Henry here. So I'm just gonna make an exposure smooth out. I have 29% Hunter Henry. Again, I was expecting the news that Myers is gonna move on, Aguilar is gonna move on, so we've been drafting that way. Not only did we get that, we got Jonnu Smith leaving. So an added bonus for our 29% Hunter Henry's stock. Conklin, we have 13%. We just have a lot of those 3 tight end builds. That's why we're super heavy on these back end tight ends here. Joan Johnson, Conklin, all these guys. Chiggy, Jelani Woods, 28%. Trey McBride, 23. Oof. Does Hunter Renfrow get a bump with Waller gone? For some reason, I can picture Jimmy G to Renfrow easily. Myers, my man. Myers is in town. Hunter Renfrow, fade. Huge fade. Huge fade. I have 0% Hunter Renfrow through 100 drafts. That's crazy. That's crazy. I just think Russell Gage is arguably the same player, and he goes at 236. We see him go a little earlier here at 220. But Hunter Renfrow at 159, 160. And now there's Myers. You have to drop him, Ben. You have to drop him. Jerome Ford off the board. Always rhymes. Dearness Johnson going to free agency. Kareem Hunt. Not only is he a fade, but most likely not returning to Cleveland. He was in a really good situation in Cleveland. He looked like doo-doo. So fading Kareem Hunt. What place can he go to that's going to be a better situation than the heavy run game in Cleveland? Brain farted the Myers news. Yeah, I know it's impactful. Honestly, it's not the best spot for Myers as well. Yeah. Renfro is wicked good again, open in the short to intermediate field when he's healthy, no doubt. And Jimmy G, I could see him checking down to him, but what's his upside, right? Like, are you going Hunter Renfro or are you going Tyquan Thornton? Or are you going Tim Patrick? Are you going Rashid Shaheed? I think he actually goes before him now. Just a little bit, though. I'd rather Curtis Samuel. I'd rather someone that has this big play potential, like DJ Chark. Give me Terrace Marshall, who right now, who's wide receiver 1 on his team. I don't expect that to stay that way, but to see who falls back to us. We need a running back to end the draft. We're gonna stick with these 2 QBs here. Ritter survives another day, and this is the funniest news maybe of the week, is there's no news about a QB going to Atlanta, and I've been saying this for a while. Why is everyone drafting London so early if no one believes in the quarterback? If the returning OC guy has ran the ball the second most in the league, super run heavy team, Kyle Pitts is returning. So those stats that you read of all your favorite people on Twitter saying, "Ooh, Drake London, 28% target share, 29% target share," it's without Kyle Pitts. So it's brutal that people spread that stuff. The Lamar dream. I know a lot of people are banking on Lamar going there. I think Jermichael Hasty is an interesting pick. Just someone that's not being drafted a lot. Keaton Mitchell's interesting as well. We already have 2 rookies though, so let's bring in Jermichael Hasty, who is at least a change of pace back. He's getting some touches. Could go Joshua Kelly, but I think actually let's go Joshua Kelly here. With the Eckler news, until we figure out what's going on there, I think you have to go Kelly here. All right, we will review these squads. The Pounders, 98. We got 52 left. I'm really happy with where our exposures are at. We'll start with Leo. He has Patty Mahomes and Jalen Hurts sniping us. I let him pick. I was like, "Leo, pick one of them. I'll take the other one." And you must not have got the message in time or something. So he goes with both, scoops it. I think that's awesome. Like, that's a super different start. I think that was super cool that he did that. At tight end, he has George Kittle, Cole Kmet, Jelani Woods, super strong at tight end as well as QB. His first running back off the board is Pacheco, Brian Robinson, AJ Dillon, Zeke, Lenny, Jerick McKinnon, Zamir White. I'm fine with it, but you're gonna need something to fall into the right place. Like Lenny's gonna have to have a good landing spot. Maybe Jerick McKinnon resigns with KC. That would be really helpful, and his ADP would change. But like that's what you're hoping for McKinnon. But again, that will actually hurt Pacheco, so it's not the best for that. Justin Jefferson, JSN, Jahan Dotson, Sky Moore, Odell Beckham, DJ Chark, Isaiah McKenzie, Corey Davis. So a little weaker at wide receiver and running back, but that's what's going to happen when you start with 2 elite QBs and you also go an early tight end. Not impossible to finish. Let's go to Elims. 4 QBs. I don't think you need the 4th, especially when you spend this much on Justin Fields. But let's see what you did with it. Justin Fields, Aaron Rodgers, Ryan Tannehill, Desmond Ritter, Kyle Pitts, and Chiggy. I like those 2. I think he can stop at 2 there. DeAndre Swift, Cam Akers, Elijah Mitchell, Sean Tucker, Rashawn Johnson, Pierre Strong. I like this running back group. And A.J. Brown, Jalen Waddle, Christian Watson, Zay Flowers, DPJ, Chase Claypool, Darius Marshall, Allen Robinson. I like this group. Not a ton of correlation going on. You got the correlation with Ryan Tannehill at the end there. I don't think you needed Desmond Ritter here. I know you didn't need Desmond Ritter there. Who else? I feel like I'm missing a team. We'll go over ours. Deshaun Watson, Danny Dimes, Njoku, Juwan Johnson, Tyler Conklin, Kenneth Walker, Brees Hall, Donta Foreman, Zach Evans, Cordell Patterson, Dwayne McBride, Joshua Kelly, Jamar Chase, Jerry Jeudy, Terry McLaurin, Brandon Ayuk, Darnell Mooney, Wandell Robinson, Alec Pierce, Curtis Samuel. I think it's pretty well balanced. Guys, I want to thank you for coming out. On the way out, drop a like if you enjoyed the live stream. Hit subscribe if you're not already a pounder, and hit the bell for notifications so you can get in these live drafts with us. Follow on Twitter. Also, I also drop like 30 minutes before we go live. I'll send it on there. So, guys, appreciate you coming out. It was another fun draft. Randstan. Did I read off your squad, Randstan? Did we read his off? I think I missed it. No, I missed it. Derek Carr, Kenny, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it for the pounder here. Derek Carr, Kenny Pickett, Jimmy Garoppolo at 197, so he didn't even fall. Supposed to be going earlier. That's really good value there. I think these three QBs work. Travis Kelce, Mike Gesicki, Travis Etienne, Damian Pierce, James Conner, Antonio Gibson, Tank, Kenny McIntosh. I think that's solid. That's solid at running back. This must be a good wide receiver room. Chris Olave, Michael Pittman, Keenan Allen, Jordan Addison, Jacoby Myers, Elijah Moore, Rashid Shaheed, Darius Slayton, and David Bell. Yeah. So you started with Travis Kelce, went Olave, and then ETN. So pretty balanced start. And you went late QB. And you selected three of them. I think that's the right move there. Guys, again, thank you for coming out. This is the only one I can do tonight. But guess what? We'll be back live again tomorrow for day 23 out of 20. No, day 24. Been live 24 out of 25 days. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. I appreciate you. Pounders.